Y'all grow up hating people for the very reason you should be thanking them. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I can remember at a very young age me making a pact with my cousin that we would never drink and smoke because our parents did it and they never had enough money to do anything for us. Like anytime we would ask for things or anytime we would ask for something, it was always, I don't have no money. But they always had money to drink and smoke. I love my mama and God rest her soul. This is testimony, not tea. This is not to talk bad on my mama, but in order for people to understand certain things and why they could become a blessing versus a hindrance, I gotta tell y'all, my mama used to be so trifling. I'm sorry mom, but she used to like leave, she would eat food and like leave the plate or whatever on her dresser overnight. I remember my grandma telling me a story about how she found chicken bones under her bed. You know, this is not to talk bad on my mama or anything like that. I love the lady, and she just was dealing with her own battles that, you know, she didn't, you know, wasn't able to heal from or whatever the case may be. But when I tell y'all, that turned me into the most cleanest person you will ever meet. I love organization and I love for my house to be clean. I don't go to bed without my house being clean. Now, every now and again, I might have my day where a couple dishes might be in the sink, but when I tell you it's only once out of a month, maybe, it's only once out of the month. But I do not allow my kids to eat in their bedrooms, eat on the couch. The only place they can eat is the table, and when they're done, you discard your food or you put it in the sink. I don't even eat in my room. Every now and again I might, because I'm an adult and I know that to clean up after myself, obviously, but other than that, I clean my plate immediately. I do not leave anything sitting. Now let me tell you how bad it is. I will get up in the middle of the night and want a snack, chips, cookies, whatever it is. I'll go get that snack, and you know how you're too tired to get out the bed to throw something away? I'm getting out the bed to go throw it away. Like, that's how serious it is for me. I'm not leaving an empty bag on my nightstand or my dresser. I'm gonna go throw it away. But I would say when I was growing up, I hated it. And I used to be like, why can't she be much cleaner? Why can't? So I said, that's why I started the video off by saying a lot of the times we hate people for the very reason we should be thanking them. Without my mom being that nasty, I would have never been as clean. So think about it. Let's reverse it. If my mom was very clean, I probably would have grown up wanting to be a little nasty because I was never able to, you know, leave something out, or, oh, that reminds me, I gotta be careful with my kids. But anyways, hopefully they don't want to be nasty because I'm so clean. But y'all get what I'm saying. A lot of the times we hate certain things about the way we grew up or certain things that we had to experience, but not understanding that it turned us into the people that we are today. And I can go even deeper with this. Being sexually abused starting at 3 years old turned me into a mother that always pays attention to my children and not allowing them to be in spaces or be around people who may not mean them any good. Naturally, I hated being sexually abused or being molested at a young age, but if you look at things, and this is so far-fetched, you got to have like godly wisdom, you got to be a little bit on touch with your spiritual side in order to understand what I'm saying. Even though that was a bad situation that happened to me, even though that was considered trauma, it turned me into the woman that I am today and the mother that I am today. Not experiencing that probably would have left me with allowing certain people to watch my kids or allowing them to be little girls in front of certain people, when in this day and time we really can't allow our kids to be kids or let our little girls be little girls in front of certain people because everything is so sexualized. Y'all probably heard me say this in almost every video, but Romans 8:28 will forever be my favorite scripture because all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and was called according to his purpose. All of those things that I experienced were for my good, even though they were bad. When you start to take the good out of the bad, you start to see things in the world so differently. Everything don't need to have a trauma attachment. Everything don't need to have a grudge. Everything don't need to be hard. Like, sometimes it was working out for your best interest, and when you realize what that best interest was, everything about you would change. Before giving my life to Christ, I will always remember my grandma. She would say, like, I'd be like, oh, these kids getting on my nerves, and she'd be like, well, at least they there to get in your nerves. At least they there to get on your nerves. There's kids laying in the hospital bed right now, can't even see their parents, can't even lay down with them. I remember, because my daughter experienced so much, you know, she had like severe food allergies and seborrheic dermatitis, a bunch of things that, you know, caused her a lot of pain and uncomfortability growing up, like at a you know, toddler age. And she always wanted to be up under me. She always wanted to lay with me. She always wanted to be up under me. And we had another family member whose son was dealing with some personal issues where they had to be in the hospital certain times, or they could not lay in the bed with their parents because of the certain tubes they had in their body. And I remember grandma telling me, at least she's able to lay in the bed with you, but some people can't experience their child laying in the bed next to them. So I say all of that to say, stop hating what you experienced. Stop hating people for what you experienced. There was a purpose in that, because Romans 8:28 says what? Okay.